Hey everyone, and welcome to the Perfectly Imperfect Plan for Marian Consecration. Why am I calling it that? Well, when I sat down a little while ago to think about what I might want to offer during this time, an opportunity for us to come together to grow in our faith, I was really drawn to the Consoling the Heart of Jesus retreat by Fr.Michael. That retreat is really the core message of that retreat is about trusting God, about really learning to surrender to Him, to let Him be God. And I think during this time, that's something that we could all grow in, we could all use. And one of the main reasons too is because our level of trust in God directly affects our level of joy and peace within our hearts and our souls and our minds. So when I was looking at that program, thinking about it, I wanted to start it, but then my heart also kept being pulled to the fact that it's May and it's Mary's month. Mary is really the foundation. She's the gateway to bringing us to Jesus. And I never used to think that. When years ago, I had a really strong relationship with Jesus, and not that I didn't love Mary and honor her, but she wasn't the focus. It was always Jesus. And it's only in the past couple years that I've really started, and I'll say started because this is a lifelong journey. Getting to know Jesus, getting to know Mary, learning their ways, learning how they want to help us is a lifelong process. You never arrive. So I want to just share that too for anyone who's already made Marian consecration and thinking, well, I already did that, check off the box. We have to ask ourselves, are we living it? How are we living that consecration? If we went back and we kind of looked, if you did the preparation, so what I want to go forward on is Fr.Michael retreat, 33 Days to Morning Glory, which is consecration to Jesus through Mary. And I will get to Consoling the Heart of Jesus. We'll do that right after, kind of flow right in. But I wanted to, like I said, take this time in May to really focus on Mary, to really allow her to up our level, right? So whatever our relationship with her now, that she wants to increase that she wants to help us to grow and flourish and to pour out her motherly love upon us and to help bring us to Jesus, really. So the reason why I said it's perfectly imperfect is because with the 33 Days to Morning Glory retreat, there's certain start days because you want to make that consecration on a particular Marian feast day. And like I said, I know many of you already made your consecration, but you can always renew that consecration. You can do that anytime. So the dates for that have already started. So in order to consecrate, so the next consecration day would be the end of the month of May, which is May 31st, which actually it's the Feast of the Visitation, but it also falls on Pentecost. And that is so amazing because the relationship between Mary and the Holy Spirit is so beautiful, and it's something that you really come to understand even more fully when you do work through preparing for Marian consecration. So what I'm proposing is that those of you who already have done consecration, or maybe you started it, maybe when I ran the retreat like 2 years ago, maybe you got the book and maybe you did the first week and then you just couldn't. Life wasn't you weren't in a place where you were able to really focus on it. That's fine. It's there, the intention is there, and you still have it. So I'm gonna ask everybody who has already the 33 Days to Morning Glory book to dust it off. If you don't have the book, 33 Days to Morning Glory, you can go on Amazon. You can get it on Kindle, actually, and I do not have a Kindle myself, but you can get an app, a Kindle app on any smartphone, and what it does is just allows you to read it on your phone. So for those of you who want to follow along on this journey, rule number 1 is no pressure. You don't have to do this perfectly, right? You can be perfectly imperfect, and it's okay if you only are able to pick the book up for a day. Read something, just that you're making an effort, that you're turning your focus again to Mary, allowing her to work in that, whatever you're willing to give her. Whatever time you're willing to give her in this, she will joyfully accept, and she will make it perfect, and she will multiply it. So what we're going to be doing is working off of the 33 Day to Morning Glory book, but what we're going to do is we're going to have a little catch-up time to do, and again, no rush. If you can't do it, it's fine. You can do this at your own pace as well. So my goal is that we finish the whole retreat on the 31st of the month. But if you're not ready to do that, or you want to take it a little slower, that's fine. The next consecration day is actually the Feast of the Immaculate Heart of Mary, which is June 20th. So you can take your time with it, go through the book. There's tons of resources for this. So on Formed, which I will put the information in the post to explain all of kind of the details of how we're going to do this, and how you can do this, and how you can really do this on your own. You don't have to follow along with me. You can do it on your own through Formed, through the book, and just your own, time again that you have to give to it. But on Formed are all the videos each week that Father Gately does that support the weekly reading. So each day, the retreat requires 3 to 5 minutes of reading. It's very simple. And then you're just called to just ponder, what you read throughout the day. And again, if you want to kind of catch up and get on the time schedule, then you just might have to read two days in once just for the first week or so, which is fine. And I do plan to, maybe do some summary videos in between. So again, if you can't make the calls, because what we're going to do is we're going to have a conference call or a Zoom call that you can join in on. And I explained in one of my other videos, if you're not comfortable with Zoom, you can actually just call in just like a conference call with your telephone number, which hooks you into the Zoom, the audio, so you'll be able to hear everybody and contribute that way. The reason why we do that is because when we come together as community, that's when it's the sharing. It's in the sharing that some of these great revelations come through. When we're listening, we're reading, we're taking it in, and then we each have our own place where Mary's coming in and revealing something to us. And when we share that, it just edifies everyone and brings everybody up, and it really helps us come together again as a family, as a community. So I do encourage you to join on those calls, even if you haven't done the reading. It's fine. Just come on and just listen or participate as little or as much as you want. Again, no pressure. That's the main thing, no pressure. Anyway, we would just love to see you and have you grow together with us as we journey into a deeper relationship and love for our Blessed Mother and deeper trust of Jesus through her beautiful and loving intercession and guidance. God bless.